The Comcast Network proudly presents the CN100 High School Game of the Week this afternoon. We're on the campus of Thornwood in South Holland for the Southwest Suburban Red matchup between the Stagg Chargers and the host Thornwood Thunderbirds. Both teams trying to find their way with identical 1-2 records overall. It's homecoming. I'm Don Johnson, and alongside me, the coach Jack McInerney. Of course, Cameron will be on the sidelines. Cameron Smith bringing you all the reports there. Stagg is coming off two tough losses, Coach. Andrews, and again, 54-7 versus Sandburg. If you're a first-year coach, what do you do to try to get things back on track?
Well, actually, they came off a pretty good loss, if there can be a good loss, in that last ball game against Andrew. They only lost by 7. They played pretty well. You can feed all week long off of that particular game. Andrew's a very tough opponent. They played relatively well. If you have a good practice, you never know how the kids are going to play this week.
On the other side of the ledger, Coach Will Millhouse, 5-4 last season, so he's got a little winning edge going into this season, and he'd like to build on that, but struggling as well. What are they going to do, Coach, to get things on the right track?
Again, he'll try and make them feed off the fact that last year's seniors who are on the team this year are the leaders, because last year they played on a winning team at 5-4. So they know what it's like to win, and he's going to carry that over into this week's practice and realize that the season is not lost. These are two good matchups for these two particular teams.
Now, out of this type of formation, you can see that running back there, and that just gives him another advantage here as not only a blocker but also a receiver. There you go.
Right
with that
back to
route.
it. There it is. Number 7 on the other end. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown. They come right back to the fade route. A 62-yard pass play as he hooks up with DeQuan Ritchie.
It came right back to that play, as we mentioned, Don, before. It was a miscommunication. As tight as that corner was playing, all he had to do was take a drag step. He just takes a little short step and goes right up the field. The corner bit on the out route. You can see how far past that corner he is. An excellent throw. He put that ball right on the dead run to him. He is, and he's got good legs, and he runs very hard.
Off tackle, here goes Kelly. He's got to pound it in for the touchdown. So Kelly, the 13-yard touchdown run off a tackle, and rightly so, finishes the job.
Now, actually, that drive looked like their first ball game against Hillcrest, where they were very effective running the option. You can see right here, good job of everybody blocking down. It was just basically a wall block down. They cut off the linebackers. He had the seam right off outside of tackle. Did a nice job of pounding it in. Snap count, he jumps rather than watching the football.
B.J. Bolton going deep. It's intercepted. So it threw into a two-man zone there, and it was picked off. Amir Al-Masri, number 2, comes up with the interception. So we've seen two good defensive coverage plays by Stagg and an interception.
Well, he's going here all the way. You can see him looking the entire time. He didn't look anybody off. He had no other intention. Didn't make any difference what that coverage was. He was going there. Corner stays with him, and the safety comes over the top. And right there is the interception, and that's something Stagg needs to do.
Let's get back to action. PJ takes the snap. Bolton looking
wide
downfield.
Open, wide open.
Finds his receiver. Pushed out of bounds, but not before a big chunk of yardage chewed off for Thornton.
He just ran right by the cornerback, Amir Al-Masri. Just lays it up in the air. Right there, good catch, good camera work, just shoves him out of bounds. And that's the type of play that has kept Thornwood in these ball games.
Coach on the field, Kubiak, back to pass, looking down the middle, intercepted, picked off. At the midfield
Kubiak's
strike.
got an angle,
Kubiak is deep down. Larry Moore, touchdown, 85-yard interception.
Larry Moore with his second interception. 6 foot, 160-pound senior. Basically, Kubiak threw it right at him, and off he goes. His second interception of the game. You can see right here, he forces it in the middle of the field, and it was basically tipped. Larry Moore gets hands good hand-eye coordination. He's got one person to beat right here. Cuts back against Kubiak, and he's on his own into the end zone. Well, Kubiak just sets up, and he's going to the middle, and you can see there's 4 defenders right there. The ball was thrown a little behind a defender. Good cutback right here. Kubiak had the angle on him, but a nice job by Moore cutting back and going to the end zone for 6.
Find more great prep sports action all season long with the CN100 Game of the Week. Tune in Saturdays at noon and 4 p.m. Mondays and Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and anytime with Comcast Digital Cable on demand.